everybody. So I am going to film a short hula hoop class series for you, focusing on different aspects of hooping each time. If there's anything you'd particularly like to explore, please let me know in the comments or send me a message. I'm really up for anything. So today we are going to focus on waist hooping and a few tips and tricks for waist hooping and some progressions. Before you start this video, please make sure you do a nice little warm up for yourself, get all your joints nice and smooth and moving happily, get your blood flowing and your heart pumping a little bit, then grab your hoop and find a space. All you need is your hoop, some space and some comfortable clothes to move in. I would recommend some fairly tight fitting clothes if it's first time hooping or you're still quite early on in your hoop journey, just because it makes it a little bit easier. If you're comfortable having some bare skin, that's really good for grip, so that's great too. Alright, first tip is use a nice chunky heavy hula hoop when you're first starting out, because this will just really help you to feel the movement of the hoop. It will also move a little bit more slowly than a lighter hoop, so it gives you more time to just work out what on earth's going on and respond in the right way to keep the hoop moving. To start your waist hooping, you're going to press the hoop against the middle of your waist at the back, like so, about halfway between the top of your hips and the bottom of your rib cage. And you can stand in whatever stance you like, with your feet about hip width apart is an option I usually go for, or you can have one foot slightly in front of the other. The motion that you're going to use to keep your hoop moving is a forwards and backwards movement. And it's quite small and fast, so it's not round and round like a lot of people think. It's more of a thrust, basically. And you want to keep your core quite engaged. It doesn't want to be like super tense, but just active, so that this whole midsection of your body is strong and supported. Alright, without further ado, prepared in your stance, hoop at the ready, you're going to give your hoop a big push, and then immediately you want to start that forwards and backwards motion, pushing the hoop around and around. You can look at your hula hoop to try and work out when you need to push, but you don't need to overthink it too much. And for now, just have your arms out of the way. It doesn't matter where they are. Make sure you try it both directions. And of course, when you first start out, it's probably not going to look like that. Your hoop's probably going to fall on the ground a lot. So what we can do when you start feeling your hoop slipping down towards your hips is you can do a little dip to bring it back up. So what that looks like is something like this. So your hoop starts going down and you're going to dip down. Didn't even manage it that time, let's try that again. So if your hoop starts going down, you're going to dip and come back up, and you want to keep pushing forwards and back the whole time to keep it going. Try that the other way as well. Down and up and keep it going. Great. And it's just trial and error and practice with hula hoops, so don't get frustrated with yourself, just have fun with it. Okay, so your first little progression I'm going to recommend is to start moving around with your hula hoop. So a really nice thing to do is turning. So I've said so about 100 times already, but anyway, you're going to get your hoop spinning, and then you want to turn in the same direction that your hula hoop is going in, making little shuffly steps all the way around. Try it the other way as well. And from that, you could start thinking about doing some walking, doing some funny little steps, working a little turn and a little dip in there, and whatever else feels good. So just play with it and explore how much or how little you can move with a hula hoop. Alright, that might be plenty for you to be getting on with. Take your time with all the different parts of hoop. There's no need to rush to the next trick. By all means you can do that if you want to, but enjoy the process. Okay, so next thing we want to talk about is some different parts of the body we can hoop on. So two other obvious ones are chest and neck. The neck is actually quite an easy one, but it can be quite scary for a lot of people to have something spinning around your neck. For this one, I would recommend using a lighter hoop, because there's no way that's going to hurt you, whereas with a chunky heavy hoop it can be a little bit uncomfortable. See how you feel. You're going to start it off in exactly the same way, pressing against the back of the neck, give it a push, And the motion is exactly the same. You're pushing forwards and backwards, more with the chest and the neck, obviously. To keep it going, try it both directions. And again, like all the other hooping, you can start to add movement, turning around. And then we've got chest hooping. Chest hooping comes and goes for me, but I'll try and show you and explain to you how I believe it's done. Everyone has different techniques and different understandings of techniques, so it's always good to try different teachers. That's another tip. Alright, so from your waist hooping, all you're going to do is start to push faster and more aggressively. Turning helps as well, to bring your feet up to your chest, and that can work towards lifting it up to the arms and the hands over time, and it's basically just about being quite aggressive. So it's more of a high energy movement. So that's one progression actually, and one way of getting your hoop from your waist to your hands above your head, which is a kind of fundamental part of hula hoop routines, is being able to move your hoop to different parts of your body in a smooth or interesting looking way. Okay, so another way we can get the hoop above our head or back onto our waist is from neck hooping. So from this neck hooping, you're going to start trying to work on getting one arm through the hoop and pointing up. So what I do technique-wise is I look at the hoop, and when I can see the big space just in front and to the side of me, that's when I want to put my arm through, and I want to practice bringing it out as well. I also want to practice putting the other arm through, which is a bit harder to work out the timing, and it can really help to turn around as you're putting that arm in. And then the fun thing you can do is putting one arm in, missed it, but swapping your arms around and keeping it going, hopefully. Of course, try that in both directions with both arms, and take your time. And then another place we can go from there, once we've got our arms in, is to put both our arms in and then bring our hoop back down to our waist. So that's a nice little progression. I'll show you that one more time. So neck hooping, one arm, other arm, and down to the waist, and on to whatever you're doing next. And of course you can do that the other way around, so doing the waist hooping up to chest, and then all the way up your arms eventually, which takes a lot of effort. Which leads me to my last little progression that I'm going to show you today, which is pickups, and I'm not sure what you call it, pickups and putting it back. There's definitely a proper word for that, which I don't know. So what that means is going from waist hooping or chest or neck hooping and bringing the hoop up above your head by picking it up with your hand. So to get to this point of waist hooping, from waist hooping, you're going to do very similar to what we did with the neck hooping. So you're going to get your hoop going, and you're going to start trying to get one arm in and the other one, and trying to do it just with a hand, and doing it with your hand at different parts and points on your body, and your palm facing different ways. So just play with that first, just getting the arms in, getting them out again, one arm or both arms. If you do both arms, then that's a progression towards doing shoulder hooping, which we won't touch on too much today. So once you've gotten fairly comfortable with getting an arm or a hand into your hoop, you can work on some pickups. The pickup I'm going to show you today is a back pickup, which simply means that you pick your hoop up from the back and you bring it up and over your head to spin it there. The motion is a little bit like that trick where you hold a plate and you have to get it all the way up without dropping anything, sort of similar feeling to the movement. And like a lot of hoop tricks, it really helps to spin at the same time as doing this, particularly with the pickups, because it gives you a lot of time and it can sort of smooth out the path that the hoop is taking. So I'll try and show you. So you're bringing your hand in at the back and pulling up and round to spin above your head. Of course, spinning the hoop above your head is another skill in itself. So I'm going to touch more on hoop tricks with the hands and spinning on the hands and the arms in another video. But for now, even if you can't get the hoop spinning above your head, working on getting your hand in and pulling up is really good. Okay? And of course, we want to do it both directions. Everyone will have a direction with all these tricks that feels easier for them. Totally normal. And you can do that same pickup from the neck. But with the neck one, it's going to be at the front. And you're going to use the hand that is on the same side as the direction the hoop's going on. Going in? I'm not sure if that makes sense. So my hoop is going clockwise. So I'm going to use my right hand to pick up in front and pull it up. And to drop the hoop back down onto your neck is quite a nice, easy one to start with compared to bringing it all the way down to your waist. So using that same hand, I said it was easy, I lied. Using the same hand, you just want to turn it and place it down. And it's worth noting that for neck pickups, it's quite easy to pick up with either hand. Every time I say something's easy, it goes wrong. Just stop saying that. And to place with either hand. And of course, it helps if you turn. So for dropping the hoop down onto your waist, or placing the hoop down onto your waist, say you've done your back pickup, you're going to swap hands, and then it's literally basically the reverse of what you've just done. So you want to draw the hoop down and bring it onto your waist, go back to your pickup, and I'll just show that turning. So turning around really helps with this one. It just gives you time, and it means that if you were performing, the audience can see more of what you're doing, which is nice, but all styles are fun. Alright, so it's probably enough to be getting on with for now. You've got waist hooping, turning in your hoop, walking around with your hoop, getting your arms and hands into the hoop to keep it and keeping it going, getting your hoop up to your chest and above your head by just spinning it really fast. Neck hooping and getting your arms into the hoop there, swapping your arms, getting the hoop from your neck above your head and back down to your neck and your waist. So this is like a very brief explanation of all these movements. I could be a lot more detailed and technical about them all. So this video shouldn't make you feel like you need to do all the things in this video. You just want to work through your level. So wherever you're starting out, stay there for a little bit. Get your waist hooping really comfortable, and then when you feel ready, you can move on to the next bit and the next bit and the next bit. Or you might find that actually waist hooping is really hard for you, but neck hooping is great and you can do the pickups from there. That's brilliant. So watch the video and find the parts that work for you. And I'm going to leave it there for today. Please let me know what else you'd like to learn. Like, share, subscribe, all that jazz if you want to. And I have now added my PayPal link to my videos. So if you do feel like you want to contribute towards my work, please do. There is absolutely no obligation to do that. I really want these videos and classes to be accessible to everyone. Alrighty. Yeah. So more hula hoop videos coming soon, and more yoga videos coming soon as well. After you've done your hula hoop practice, make sure you have a little stretch and be kind to your body.